What's up, YouTube? Blaze here, and I'm back with another reaction video. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be covering another IRL streamer that basically he destroyed his own life in a similar way that Johnny Somali did. However, this time it's in the Philippines. For those that don't know, I'm talking about the streamer from Russia known as Vtaily. Which, if any of you guys seen any videos on this before, or Vtaily, basically, he made a lift. Yeah, but it's not worth going there due to its history of a dictatorship country. So, aside from being a nuisance streamer, there's also a couple of other things he's known for that I'll let Atozi explain. Hey. Yeah, I'm basically... Yeah, basically what I'm doing here is... yeah, I basically got a trifecta of stupid idiot that's screwing around and finding out that there are consequences, just like a typical look at r/oh no, consequences. Anyways, if you guys are ready, I know I am. Let's go.
Somehow, things can always get worse for the scumbag IRL streamer, as he's proven over and over again. I mean, it was just months ago that he got out of the prison in the Philippines, because he decided to live stream himself stealing a motorcycle, some cosmetic mask, and threatening to rob an old lady, which obviously led to him spending pretty much the better part of last year in prison in the Philippines. But now it seems like things can get even worse for the guy, because he's potentially facing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for falsely accusing an innocent person of being a predator. And this lawsuit can be filed any day now. And this whole situation is just so crazy because, again, it's been like, what, a few months since he got out of prison in the Philippines? The dude just got his life back, and immediately he goes and messes everything up again, because now he's banned on Kick again, because as you...
Yeah, because after he got out of prison, they reinstated him. I'm just hoping this time around, Vtaily gets the perma boot.
Probably know Vtaily, who's the guy we're talking about today. He was deported to Russia from the Philippines just a few months ago, and he was extremely lucky with that entire situation because, again, he live streamed himself stealing a motorcycle in Philippines, which technically in the Philippines, Grand Theft Auto carries a minimum prison sentence of 20 years. So
20 years and 1 day. Wow. Wonder how he got that charge dropped.
This guy is free right now just because the prosecutors decided to not charge him for the thing that he live streamed himself doing. And in one of the first public statements he made after getting out of prison, he said that, hey,
kind of makes me wonder if that would have been anyone else. It would have been a lot worse.
This experience didn't break me. It actually built me, which is an interesting way to reframe everything, because from start to finish in that situation, it was all his fault. He did that to himself. And I mean, he even challenged him to throw him in prison because he enjoyed that, apparently.
I will go to jail. I'm a proud man. I love jail. I get it up to be there for free.
Quick question. And this is in case I get any, Russian viewers. Has this guy spent any time in prison in Russia? Just curious.
I don't have to pay.
But regardless, when he got back to the US, he jumped on Aiden Ross's stream and essentially picked up things right where he left him off. And he returned...
Aiden Ross?
Hey,
But regardless, when he got back to the US, he jumped on Aiden Ross's stream and essentially picked up things right where he left him off. And he returned to his, I guess, usual content of, you know, the stuff that he was doing before he started to harass random strangers in the Philippines for his content. So that was catching predators. And the whole premise of that is he does these sting operations where he catches predators.
Man, I hate that type of content because, one, you don't know if half of 90% of the 99% of the time, it's never done right. Two, it's something that you need permission from law enforcement to do. And three, most importantly, there's a good chance that your target may end up being the wrong person, and they don't have those intentions.
Trying to meet up with minors. And first, after he got back, he showed up at Disneyland with his crew, and I guess he was claiming that an employee there had agreed to meet up with someone underage. So he then confronted the guy on camera, surrounded him, and escalated the situation to the point where other staff had to step in.
oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is basically getting to entrapment territory.
Yeah, Disneyland character. You didn't want to get exposed. You work in Disneyland, and now you met with a minor. Welcome. Friends got exposed for this.
The whole time, I don't think the age is appropriate.
Oh yeah. No, you're not going anywhere, Mr. Disneyland. Don't make a scene. We just want to talk to you. We just want to. I mean it quite genuinely. We just want to talk to you nicely. Just speak to us.
Okay, there's only one group of people that I appreciate doing this kind of work, and it's legitimate, is the guys from Trilogy Media. They actually worked with the police on some of the sting operations, and they didn't just act like a whole bunch of cowboys committing citizens arrest.
What's going on here?
But they went on to warn him that if he didn't leave, he would be trespassed, and then suddenly the police showed up, and they were banned from the property.
This group is now trespass. When you come back on property, you will be arrested.
Why would we get on property where you guys are support? He works here.
And also, just to be clear, no official statement from either Disneyland or the police confirmed if what Vtaily was alleging was true or not. So while Vtaily was banned from Disneyland, we don't really know what happened to the employee, as they were never verified. But regardless, Vtaily continued. And the format of Vitaily's predator catching content is pretty straightforward. Someone on his team creates a fake profile, poses
Well, yeah, that's typical procedure.
as a minor, gets a, I guess, target to agree to meet up with them, and then Vtaily shows up and confronts them live. And I guess if you want context of what this style of content can look like if it's done right, you can look at either Gideon or Skater Jean, because you have both of their channels doing so.
Okay, from what I heard, they're actually legit on the content creators. I just wanted to keep the chat moving, that's all.
Similar types of like sting operation videos, and they haven't made this mistake in the entire time they've done this, which I think has a lot to do with their intentions, the type of people they surround themselves, and of course, who they are as people. Because the reality is, the whole operation relies.
Also, generally, there's two other reasons why I hate this. There's two other reasons why I hate this type of content, because one, usually whenever there's a police investigation involved, well, then the legitimate trail of an actual predator, or it usually gets screwed up for the prosecution's end. And second, just getting involved in just being associated with that term can lead to life-ruining consequences.
on one important thing, that the person that you're confronting live or on video is in fact a predator. It's very simple. If you're using your platform to out someone as a predator and you are not 100% sure that person is a predator, that's a massive problem. Which is why this is such a risky type of content to be making. You have to be doing it for the right reasons. Because let's be real, if you are actually passionate,
there's legal procedures, bro. Oh. 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 The only time you ever do that is if they resist arrest bad enough where lethal force is needed.
about protecting the youth, you go out of your way to make sure you don't cut corners. You're not trying to clip farm this. You're trying to, actually help people. Because if you are actually passionate about protecting the youth, you go above and beyond to make sure the person that you're calling out is actually a predator. Because again, if you get the wrong guy, that is life ruining for that person and for you.
Exactly, just as I mentioned. It can ruin a person's life. Which is why I'm hoping that eventually somehow the women that falsely accuse people of the R word, not the other R word, let's be real, eventually end up going to prison for making false claims.
As a creator. And obviously, in this case, they got it all wrong because the girl running the fake profile, her name is Jocelyn, and she'd been talking to multiple people at the same time. And I guess the way the setup was structured.
Wow. Yeah, multiple people. How would you even know? Oh, because you could get your info screwed up unless you're targeting one specific person.
She would reveal that she was 16 at some point during the conversation. And if the person still agreed to meet, well, that was then the basis for the whole confrontation. The only problem here is she mixed up her conversations and accidentally sent the meetup invite to the wrong guy. Why was this?
Wow, that just makes it even worse. Worse than I thought. Seriously? That's also another major key point. You don't know if your source is going to get their intel right.
The wrong guy? Well, she hadn't revealed her fake age yet, meaning the person that came to meet her had no idea this person was a minor. So the man that she contacted, his name is Akash Singhania, and he had been talking to her, believing that she was 18, and had no idea what he was about to walk into.
Why did he have to do that in the beginning? Idiot. Also, I really feel bad for this Akashka guy because he was obviously in the wrong place at the wrong time thanks to a screw up with the messages.
A 16-year-old.
Wait, she never told me she was 16.
Oh, she did.
You got the messages right here.
Wait, where did she? I swear to God, she never told me she was
really?
16. I swear.
My bad, bro. You're good.
No, I swear to God.
Sorry, bro. Wrong person.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Wait, no, dude, listen. 18, I swear to God, I don't move like that.
So you trolling too?
No, we got the messages.
No, she said maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Oh, he probably deleted it on his end.
No, wait, I swear to God.
And right from the start, Akash tried to deny everything, and every time he tried to explain, they cut him off. He kept on insisting that she was 18 and
The messages right here.
Wait, where did she? I swear to God, she never told me she was 16. I swear.
My bad, bro. You're good.
No, I swear to God.
Sorry, bro. Wrong person.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Wait, no, dude, listen. 18, I swear to God, I don't move like that.
So you trolling too?
No, we got the messages.
No, she said maybe it's a
Oh,
misunderstanding.
he probably deleted it on his end.
No, wait, I swear to God.
And right from the start, Akash tried to deny everything, and every time he tried to explain, they cut him off. He kept on insisting that she was 18 and to check the messages. But unfortunately, no one listened to them, so they just continued to berate the guy.
Wow. Saying that was a clusterfuck is an understatement.
But thankfully, that's when he decided to call the police, which actually is a good sign because you would think if someone's there to do something bad, they wouldn't want the police around.
He said, LOL, you can tell me. I want to be totally honest before everything. I lied on there. I'm 16. But
wait, don't make it weird, please. Wait, I'm calling the cops right now.
You said, oh,
I'm calling the
you said,
cops.
oh, you said, oh, look.
Wait.
Wow, let me get it.
Wait, no,
Don't touch me.
Wait, no, that's B. That's not me.
Look, why are you shaking?
I'm a Kosh AXS 1286. That's not my account.
Hey, buddy, you pulled up. Guess what?
No.
So in other words, someone else had a similar account, and they assumed it was him? Yeah. How has this guy been able to stream for so long and someone not putting up red flags that he needed to be monitored or something? Seriously.
We read the right evidence.
Guess what?
Hello.
Guess what?
Can you guys come to my location? I am at
he has a 2 Snapchats.
You must have 2 Snapchats, bro. No.
But as the police were on the way, none of this slowed down whatsoever. They didn't take 1 second to step back and go, maybe he's actually telling the truth. But this is essentially when, I guess, the members of Vtaily's crew, especially a guy by the name of Gabe IRL, who's been recently collabing with Vtaily a whole lot, he was coming up with all kinds of theories. Like, maybe he deleted the messages. Maybe he had a second account. Or maybe he was just super tech savvy and figured out how to make them not see it in the messages.
How would you do that unless you had, like... How would you do that unless you were using either an app like Signal or Telegram? Because I know about both those apps.
You have 2 Snapchats.
Please read the text, please, someone, please.
You're one of those tech Indians, smart ones, huh? 2 Snapchats?
No.
Maza. So what do you think? What's your take on it? What do you think happened? He deleted the Snapchat? Like, what happened?
Yeah, no, he
she broke
deleted the snaps, or he has a burner snap that he used.
didn't know
We're
that.
not stupid.
A burner account? Ugh. A burner account.
The message is right here.
Wait, where did she? I swear to God, she never told me. She
Wait,
was
really?
16. I swear.
My bad, bro. You're good.
No, I swear to God.
Sorry, bro. Wrong person.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Wait, no, dude. I'm at
He has a 2 Snapchats.
You must have 2 Snapchats, bro. No.
But as the police were on the way, none of this messages.
You have 2 Snapchats. We're not
Please read the text, please, someone, please.
You're one of those tech Indians, smart ones, huh? 2 Snapchats?
No.
Maza. So what do you think? What's your take on it? What do you think happened? He deleted the Snapchat? Like, what happened?
Yeah, no, he
she broke
deleted the snaps, or he has a burner snap that he used.
didn't know
We're
that.
not stupid. We do this.
Apartment. And once the officers went through all actively ruining the life of, you're not 100% sure that the dude that you're confronting.
We're not stupid. We do this every day. You know how many weirdos like
but if
we catch a day?
she's talking to him on one snap, why would she go to another snap?
You have a second phone?
Like, dude, again, how are you doing this if you're not 100% sure that the dude that you're confronting and actively ruining the life of is in fact a predator? If you are not 100% sure, you shouldn't be doing this. But finally, the police show up and they escort him to the police department. And once the officers went through all of the messages, that's when they saw, there's a serious mix-up here. Akash was not the person that Jocelyn was setting up for. So Jocelyn apparently had 2 separate chats going on. And I guess she got confused about which account she was using for which. And she sent the message to the wrong guy to meet up before she told him that she was 16. And apparently the guy that she did.
Yeah. How can someone be this? How can someone be this incompetent, especially when you're trying to catch someone and that might be a suspected predator? I mean, really. Just wow. This is just making my head hurt.
Say that she was 16 too, had blocked her. So that's how, I guess, she somehow confused the two. Like, how does this happen?
Why did I just get blocked then?
Yeah, exactly. How does this happen?
You just blocked her while you're on your phone. He just blocked her. He just blocked her.
Wait, I did not block her. Where did I block her? Wait, no, dude. You just wait.
How are you not 100% sure about who you're about to ruin the life of? And while obviously this is a massive mess up on Jocelyn, this isn't something that Vtaily should be outsourcing. If you as a creator are going to use your platform to publicly out someone and ruin their lives, you better be 100% sure that—
Yeah, because you don't want to be the reason an innocent person ends up going to jail. Or prison. Actually, yeah, prison. And worst part is, they be put on a registry, and that's it. There's no coming back from that.
that person is actually a predator. You can't be like, oh, well, my researcher messed up. Dude, there is no room for error in this kind of content, which is why Vtaily is such a terrible fit for this type of content when you look at his past. This guy has a past of doing anything for attention online. So just by looking at his track record, he seems like he's doing this for all the wrong reasons. But regardless, Vtaily, he put out both a written statement and a live apology on Kick and Twitter. And here he publicly acknowledged that him and his team had wrongfully—
Why am I not surprised that he has a track record of doing stupid stuff for clout? Then again, that seems to be the theme for everything here.
identified Akash. He said they were completely wrong and that this mistake was serious. And then he was also deeply sorry and asked people to please delete all the clips of this happening. He confirmed that police cleared the guy and that he was going to be stepping away from doing the predator catches for a while, and he was just gonna IRL stream and chill.
We wrongfully identified and accused Akash Singhania as a— we were completely wrong, and we made a terrible mistake. We believe here in only telling the truth, and our team and I messed up. We're deeply sorry to Akash. This mistake will never happen again. We messed up, and guys, whoever has those videos, please delete it, okay? Immediately. What happened recently, I think we should take a break and go to Miami, do some regular IRLs, and chill for a bit.
But on April 15th, things got a little bit more serious for Vtaily because Akash, the victim in all of this—
April 15th. Man. Is that when everybody decided to sue everybody that did something stupid?
he didn't want people to just take Vtaily's word for it, no. So he released the police statement in a phone call to his father. And here in this recording, the officer tells Akash's father that his son was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that after actually going through the investigation, he was not the suspect they were looking for and would not be charged or arrested for anything.
Your son was at the wrong place at the wrong time. We didn't know if he was a suspect in a case or not, so we took him to the station to conduct an investigation and interview. We determined that he was not the right suspect we were looking for. So your son was perfectly compliant. At the time of our investigation, we thought he was involved. We thought that he might be our suspect, so we took him in for questioning, and obviously we determined that he's not our suspect and he is not arrested. He's not getting charged with anything or anything like that.
And when Akash's father asked what they could do about this, they said, hey, this is a civil matter and you're going to have to sue. But Akash's innocence would be in their official police report.
I just want to make sure that these guys who bullied him, who harassed him, cornered him, including the girl who trapped him, what can we do for these guys? Because they screwed with his life.
No, I 1000% agree with you. We had talked to your son too. We're going to give him paperwork and documentation along with our business card, the case number, because we're still going to do a report and document his innocence. The rest of what you can do with that person and stuff would be civil stuff, lawsuits and stuff like that.
But now, remember that request that he did for the Clippers asking them to delete their content? That could be, you know, out of remorse, but it also could be to delete evidence. I don't know. People are currently—
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of a mixed bag.
debating that online. But regardless, Akash posted a official statement saying this had real-world consequences for me and that he would actually be pursuing legal action. And consequences don't just disappear because of an apology on social media. Those Clippers already spread that original clip far and wide. So he's currently pursuing a defamation lawsuit, and he has apparently retained one of the best defamation lawyers.
And ironically, I think it's because of those claims of Akash's evidence for his lawsuit is going to be a lot stronger now, too.
In the country. And that means the footage that's floating around isn't just embarrassing for Vtaily, it's actually evidence. Because every clip that stays up with that view count gives them ammunition to use against Vtaily. Because let's be real, the wider those clips spread, the more the damage is for Akash, which obviously means the stronger the case is for a larger settlement here. So who knows, that could be the angle for having clippers delete the clips. All we can really do is speculate here.
So if you guys are asking if I'm cooked, I'm very cooked, yes.
But also, beyond the lawsuit, people are also pointing out how the interaction and the confronting by Vitali's team was just outright racist to begin with. Because the whole thing about them saying they don't...
Yeah, especially with all the dancing and everything he was saying, that felt like straight up racial and derogatory if I ever seen it.
Believe him because he's a tech-savvy Indian and mocking his accent is just so distasteful. It's an awful look for him, and obviously it's an awful look for Kick. So naturally, Kick banned him again. And then to make things even worse for Vtaily, another streamer by the name of Asian Andy came out and said, Vtaily was calling one of the predators that he was confronting Asian Andy, which is obviously his name. And that obviously caused a massive wave of people thinking he was the guy in the video that Vtaily caught. So when the whole situation happened and Vtaily apologized, Andy said it was very hard to take Vitaly's word for it that he was committed to accuracy.
I'm not really fully paying attention to your text.
Wouldn't surprise me if this Andy guy would want to distance himself from Vtaily at this point.
And then I verified, and I was trying to call you. That's why I didn't want to.
You called me, and you just called me to say you didn't see my car, and then you said you've seen it, and you walked right out.
I didn't even want to take you there. I just want to talk to you in the car first.
I'm assuming your name is Asian Andy?
And that's where Gideon comes back into the picture, because a couple of days after the Akash situation, he went a step further and brought Vitaly's former producer, Raymond McClure, into one of the live streams to talk about how these operations work behind the scenes. And Raymond worked for Vtaily back from September to December of 2024, and also had credits as head of production for Mr. Beast Vertical, had time at BuzzFeed and with Law by Mike. And he said, while many of the catches might be legitimate, the methods the team uses to get these are deeply questionable. And that was the reason that he fired most of Vitaly's team at the time.
You hit me up saying that there were some things even worse than what happened with Akash.
There's a whole separate decoy team. The more catches I did, the more I started asking about what is the evidence. 8 out of 10 times they have some.
So they have a secondary team that poses decoys. Seriously?
Something really, really good. And there's a couple instances that I wanted to talk about. One of which, we were in this like high-rise apartment. If you look at the stream, there's no predators almost the entire stream. And that's because I stopped one midway through. He says he's on his way. I say, Santi, what's the evidence? Santi pulls me away from the cameras and he whispers, he's like, I told this guy that I'm 18, but when he gets here, I'm going to say, hey, do you also want to hook up with my 15-year-old cousin? I'm like, dude, you can't do that. You have no evidence at all. He's like, well, it's too late. He's already on his way. So he goes down to meet him. I go in behind them. They start talking to the guy. I go up right behind.
If I end up editing this later, I'm going to be including the facepalm gif.
Him and say, bro, get out of here. He walks away. That was just one thing that I knew about.
And this is kind of interesting as well, because remember, Vtaily did this whole Philippines trip because he said, oh, my whole team left me. Was this because of that? Which then begs the question, when he got back home from the Philippines, did he just build a brand new sketchy team? But the guy also confirmed that the priority has always been content and not the arrests, as he estimated that out of roughly 100 encounters, only 3 actually were convicted. And this was partly because there was pressure to keep the stream going rather than pause and wait for law enforcement. And that is just crazy and just shows that you are completely in it for all the wrong reasons.
How many prey catches did you facilitate with Vtaily?
Over 100.
And how many of those guys do you know of that were actually arrested and like convicted?
I want to say 3, where we flew decoys back out to get those arrests. Arrested, I would say between 12 and 20.
Out of 100, only 3?
Yeah, what I'll say is like the pressure of every stream they want 3 predators, 3 predators, 3 predators. Oh, we're going to stream every day, every day, every day. Oh, you only get paid by the catch, by the catch, by the catch.
And that's basically Gideon's whole argument, because
that's not a legit... Okay, that's not a legitimate way to get dangerous people off the streets. That's basically farming for content and possibly destroying innocent lives in the process.
Vtaily clearly prioritizes the clip over the results, which makes things so much harder for everyone else because the Akash situations happen. And of course, when Vtaily does a big mistake like that, obviously people are going to look at the other channels and go, huh, are you doing this as well? And that's the thing with this content. It's a minefield. It is a net positive to society when it's done correctly.
Yeah, exactly, which is why I rather prefer watching Trilogy Media when they do these ops. Because they actually take protocol and procedure seriously, not to mention the fact that they worked with numerous police in different counties for LA and everything. And not to mention when they caught money mules for international cyber criminals committing scams in America, they basically did everything right.
Because the ones done correctly, at least, take some monsters off the street and or put them on law enforcement radars. And what I also hope happens from all the viral clips and so on is that predators actually think twice before going to meet some minor. But of course, as soon as you have clout-feeding influencers jumping into this category to get as many views as possible, mistakes like this happen, and suddenly you've ruined complete innocent lives. Regardless of Vtaily, though, getting arrested overseas for harassment and theft, as bad as it was, that chapter's closed. He spent his time in prison, he got deported, and now he's home. But pretty much as soon as he got home, he's in hot water yet again. Now he's potentially facing a massive defamation lawsuit, and he's being banned on Kick again. So will he ever get that back? Who knows? But if he doesn't get it,
I hope Kick takes this seriously enough to know that all of this is bad news.
his kickback, his career is completely over. And let's be real, Vtaily has been a complete nightmare for Kick, as he has 2 high-profile things that resulted in bans on Kick now. So I have no idea if he'll actually get unbanned, but they did end up unbanning Jack Doherty, so anything...
Yeah, that little parasite. Ugh. I'm not gonna go into Jack Doherty for obvious reasons. I'm not focused on him. After this video, I'm gonna be posting something that'll be a palate cleanser after this day.
It's possible, I guess. So until he's unbanned, his career is essentially over, and now he has a...
If he gets unbanned.
Potential multi-million-dollar lawsuit hanging over his head with basically no income. So that in itself is also life ruining. What happens? We don't know. I guess we have to just wait and see what happens. But regardless, I will definitely be following this lawsuit. So hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Drop a like if you enjoy it. And I'll be home at my regular setup before you know it. I've just been camping out in Korea because I was covering another trial here. So if you want to watch the conclusion of the Johnny Smalley saga, you can click the video here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Well, that's it for this video. Oh. Oh, yeah. Vitality's career in life is over. He would have to literally sell everything that he has in Russia and try to get a good currency exchange just to be able to pay back for that lawsuit. Yeah, just when I thought Johnny Somali was stupid. The whole thing with Vtaily just makes it even worse. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys liked today's video, please leave a like, drop a comment down below. Also, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified on when I post new videos or when I go live. You can catch me on social media. I'll leave all my links along with the original video in the description below. Oh, and if you guys want to catch me live, you can easily subscribe to my YouTube channel. I stream gaming content on my main channel as well as post videos. Or you can Catch me on either Kick or at Kick at the same time. I'm by going to kit.com/blazingkids and a VTuber. Until next time, see you guys later.